Thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Stephanie, and I will be your yoga teacher for today. Today is day number 20. Way to go. Go ahead, pat yourself on the back. I like patting myself on the back. Congratulations. You have made it to the day of connection. We are going to do some breath work this morning, which we've never done on my channel before, besides the basic ujjayi breathing. So, go ahead and meet me in your most beautiful seated, easy pose today. Making sure both of the sits bones or our butt bones are firmly rooted into the ground. You can have your legs crossed or you can have them on the floor in front of you, stacked. You could also sit in kneeling position if that's easier for you. And if you like a blanket or a block or something under your butt bones, please be my guest and do that. We will be here for a little while this morning. Once you get there, go ahead and close the eyes down. Dropping in, noticing how you feel today. Making the connection between your mind and your body, and maybe your spirit. When they're all aligned and connected, we feel better about ourselves and our situations. So go ahead and take note. Is the mind racy today? Is your body calm or is it restless? Every day brings different feelings, and acknowledging and accepting them is part of the process. If we don't deal with things and we just keep pushing them to the back burner, they will bubble up in ways we don't like. So we're going to do the 4-part breath today. And what this is we inhale for 4, we hold it for 4, and then we exhale for 4, and then we hold for 4. So it's called 4-part breath because there's 4 parts. You could do 5 seconds or 6, 7, 8 seconds. But to start off, we're going to start with 4 seconds. So go ahead and inhale. 3, 2, 1, and hold. 3, 2, 1, and exhale. 3, 2, 1, hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1, hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Go ahead and open those eyes. 4-part breath is really useful if your mind cannot come to stillness. If focusing on the breath alone isn't enough, 4-part breath can be really beneficial because you have to time it in your mind and do the breathing. So it takes a lot of your focus to do it. Of course, it's always nice when a teacher is leading you and you can do and not have to think. You're welcome. Let's go ahead and do some warm up now. So let's go ahead and sweep our arms up overhead. We're going to drop our left hand down, sweep the right hand over, right side body stretch, looking up towards that ceiling. Chest is open. We're not closed off here. Both of our sits bones or butt bones are on the mat. We are smiling, happy yogis, connecting to ourselves. Inhale, back up to center. Right hand comes down, left hand sweeps up and overhead. Same thing on this side. Getting that stretch all down that left side body. Chest is lifted, gaze is up at the ceiling. Both of your butt bones are seated or connected to the mat. And inhale, back to center, arms up. And we're going to drop this left hand to the right knee. Right hand goes behind us. And go ahead and take that gaze towards the back of the room. Big inhales and exhales here. And inhale, back up, arms up. And let's open out. Right hand comes to left knee. Left hand behind us, gaze is behind us. Sit up nice and tall on them inhales and allow the exhales to take you deeper. Inhale, back to center, arms up overhead. Go ahead and drop that right hand down the small of your back and apply some light pressure to your right elbow with your left hand. Nice little shoulder stretch here. Feeling that all down the outside of that right shoulder. Once again, there should be no pinching, no sharp pains. We are going for a bit of uncomfortable or discomfort, but it should not be sharp. And go ahead and inhale, release. Now take the left hand down the small of your back and apply some light pressure to that left elbow with the right hand. And of course, we are breathing here. And if you have those tight spaces in your shoulder, use that energy directing to direct that loving, full energy to those tight areas. Beautiful. And release. Go ahead and interlace your hands. We're just going to roll the wrist one way. And let's try to go the other way. And let's go ahead and push them forward, palms forward. Go ahead and lift them up overhead. Your gaze can follow. And release. Nice. Go ahead and walk your hands forward. Coming into a slight forward fold here. Keeping that spine nice and long. Maybe rocking left or right. And go ahead and sit back up. If you're in easy pose, let's go ahead and reverse the cross. So that means me bringing my right leg in and left leg is out front now. This feels really different. And we're going to walk our hands forward here and see how different this feels and where it pulls differently. You may not get as far on this side, and that's okay. I don't either. Breathe. And slowly walk those hands back. We're going to do cat-cow seated here. So what this looks like is, I personally like to grab my knees and I like to puff my chest out for cow. And then when we round through the spine, keeping my hands on my knees here. And then inhale, cow. So just do a few of these with me. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, puff that chest, gaze goes up. Exhale, round. Let's do one more. Inhale, cow. And exhale, round spine. Beautiful. Come back to neutral. We're going to come over into all fours. So, slowly, gently, noticing the connection of the body and the mind, of what we tell the mind to do, and then how fast the body responds. Making sure our shoulders are over our wrists, and our wrists are about shoulder width apart. Our knees are under our hips, and our knees are about hip width apart. Take a few deep breaths here. Neutral spine, gazes in between the thumbs. And let's look at our puppy tail. So go ahead and see if you can look at those left toes. And maybe look at the right toes. Come back to center. We're going to come all the way down to our bellies. Arms going to be out in a T shape. And we're going to kick over to stretch our left shoulder. So our right leg kicks over and behind us. And we roll as far back as we can. Your right hand can be on the ground for support, or you can take it to your right thigh, whichever feels better for you. Breathing love into tight areas. Noticing the mind's thoughts when the body is in this position. And begin to roll back to center. Arms out in the T. And we're going to kick our left leg over to stretch through the right. Very nice. That right hand can be on that left thigh. Just sending that loving breath to those uncomfortable spaces. And slowly roll back to center on our mat. We're going to tuck the toes, plant the hands. We're going to push up to plank. And then we're going to roll back into our downward facing dog. So I want you to have a little bit of exploration here in your down dog today. I've gone through lots of options in the past 19 days. So I want you to find your freedom here. I want you to find what feels good to you in this moment and what you need. What is your body asking for? If it's asking for stillness, do come here and be still. If your body is not wanting down dog and it's asking for child's pose, please do child's pose. Otherwise, we can play. We can be on our toes, trying to get our thighs to our bellies, stretching through the shoulders. Or we can take both heels to one side, getting our side stretches on. You could also do some twist by taking one hand off and putting it to the opposite ankle. Just go ahead and play here in the down dog, finding what feels good. Maybe some spinal rolls would be really nice and lovely here today. We'll talk about connection. Spinal rolls, we have to be quite connected to our breath and our bodies. Wherever you are, let's go ahead and meet back in our downward dog. Come up to those tippy toes. And we're going to tiptoe to the top of the mat really slow. And we're in our forward fold here. Once again, I would love for you to find what feels good. So if stillness in the fold is what you're looking for, stillness in a fold is fantastic. Making sure that we have the bend in the knees. And maybe swaying gently left or right. On your next inhale, go ahead and come up, halfway lift, hands on the shins or the thighs. Nice long spine, remembering that the neck and the head is an extension of the spine. The weight should be in your toes, not the heels. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we're going to peel ourselves up, bone by bone, vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly. The head and the neck will come last. And we land in Tadasana, mountain pose. Deep breath in, and deep exhale out. Beautiful. Go ahead and interlace your hands behind your back. And let's try to close our palms together. So we know we can do this with them open. Can we close the palms and bring them into more of a prayer position? Or interlace and bring those palms fully together. And exhale, fold with our hands interlaced. And again, stillness here with our interlaced hands is great. Or you can sway left to right, really feeling what that feels like in the shoulder to drop them further on one side. What it feels like differently in the hamstrings to have your hands bound. And go ahead and come up to our halfway lift. Release the hands. Exhale, fold. And we're going to plant the hands. We're going to step the right foot back, followed by the left foot, and go ahead and push back. Downward dog. Let's roll forward into plank. Hold. Maybe rock forward and backwards here. In our plank. And lower down, chaturanga. Push up into our upward facing dog. Hold, smile. And we're going to push back into our child's pose. Beautiful. Forehead comes to the mat. Hands go back where the feet are. Connect to you. Connect to the breath. Become aware of you and your surroundings again. And slowly begin to peel yourself up. And we are in a kneeling position. We're going to come into cobbler. So let's go ahead and bring our feet to touch. And we can butterfly the legs. And we're also going to open up our feet here. Maybe Give ourselves a little act of self love by giving those feet a little massage. We talked about this before in this 30 days. We don't give ourselves and our feet the attention that they deserve. They get us everywhere, they take us everywhere we want to go. We should be thankful for our beautiful feet for carrying us to all the magical places that we go. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Trying to keep that chest or that spine straight. We're not rounding here. Feeling this all in the back and the outer hips. Nice, slow, steady breaths. And allow your next inhale to slowly begin to peel you back up. Now we're coming into our seated forward fold, so legs out long. Slight bend in those knees. If you like a block under your sits bones, take it. Feels really good here. Keeping that slight bend in those knees. We got that buoyancy to protect them. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold over both the legs, trying to get the belly to the thighs. Feet are active. And we come back, connecting to ourselves, connecting to our bodies, connecting to our breath. We live in a very connected world, and as humans, we want to be connected. Very slowly, you're going to come up and come back into our Shavasana. So legs out long. Tuck those shoulder blades and palms of the hands face up. Letting your body absorb all that wonderful, loving energy that we just stirred all up. All the gratitude, let it just absorb into your body. I hope that this practice has made you feel a better connection to yourself. I look forward to seeing you back on the mat tomorrow. Have an excellent rest of your day. Namaste.